When life gives you lemons, you make macro extension tubes. So I was trying to find an adapter to mount Sony A mount lenses onto my GH5. And while searching online, I came across this. The Fotodiox Sony A mount to Canon EF mount adapter. I figured since I already own a Speed Booster XL, I could get this adapter and use all my Sony A mount lenses on both my GH5 and 1DX, essentially killing two pigs with one stone. And so I bought it, and after 2 weeks of waiting, it finally arrived. And the images I got from this adapter were amazing, is what I wish I could tell you guys. But no, the image quality is bad. The problem is not so much the adapter itself, but rather the lens elements within the adapter. So it got me thinking, what can I do with this adapter? And that's when an idea hit me. What if I just remove the lens elements inside and just use the adapter as an extension tube? Sure, I won't be able to focus on anything beyond an arm's length, but I could still use it for macro stuff. So that's exactly what I did. And here's how I removed the lens. I simply held it between my fingers and turned the adapter clockwise with my other hand. Another way to do it is to use the force.
The force?
Brute force. And with the lens elements removed, my adapter is now an extension tube. Here are some macro test shots I did with the GH5.
Here are the lenses that I'll be using for this test. The Minolta 100mm f2.8 macro, the Sony Zeiss 24-70 f2.8 ZA SSM version 2, the Minolta beer can 70-210mm f4, and the Minolta big beer can 75-300mm f4.5 to 5.6. First up is the Minolta Big Beer Can 75-300mm. And yes, I know my keyboard is really dirty. Next is the Minolta Beer Can 70-210mm f4, followed by the Sony Zeiss 24-70, and finally the Minolta 100mm macro. Putting all the shots side by side, we can see that the image quality of all the lenses look similar. However, they vary greatly in terms of magnification. Unsurprisingly, the 100mm macro has the greatest magnification. The 24-70 does a pretty decent job too, but some would argue that this kind of magnification is hardly considered macro. And in last place are the beer cans. The 70-210 is able to focus slightly closer than the 75-300, but the difference isn't much.
So in conclusion, I will say this. Do not buy this Sony A mount to Canon EF mount adapter under any circumstances. If you want to mount Sony A mount lenses on your GH5, then just get a Sony A mount to micro four thirds adapter. Otherwise, you'll end up just like me, having to make the best out of a bad decision. Now I know some of you might be wondering, why don't I just return it? Well, I could, but I find it just too much of a hassle. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful to you. Until next time, see ya! Oh, one last thing. Just wanted to let you guys know that I will be going on vacation. So I won't be posting anything for a month. But not to worry, everything will be back to normal in August. I hope.